Hey everyone, I'm trying to get comfortable here. Sorry about that. I probably should have gotten comfortable and got a drink of water before I turned on the video, but I didn't. Hold on. Excuse me. Anyways, I thought I'd do a little video today. This is kind of a spur of the moment thing, as you can see. Thought I'd hop on here and do a little video. And I kind of wanted to talk about the beginning stages of a spiritual awakening because I've noticed recently that a lot of people on my Facebook are starting to go through the beginning processes of a spiritual awakening. People that I thought would never in a million years go through a spiritual awakening, I'm seeing starting the beginning signs. So I wanted to make this video so that you didn't feel alone and that you understand that there's other people that are going through the same thing as you. When I'm talking about a spiritual awakening, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a realization of sorts and just some of the beginning signs of going through the spiritual awakening process. So I thought I'd talk about my experience a little bit. I had several things happen to me that kind of catapulted me into this whole spiritual awakening evolutionary process. And I thought I'd talk about them. I got really super sick with fibromyalgia, lupus, and chronic fatigue syndrome, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. I was 220 pounds. A lot of my friends that are on here that have known me for a while understand where I was. They see where I am now, and they could see the huge difference that not just in the way I look, but how I carry myself, my energy, everything shifted. So everything shifted. But a lot of things happened from back then to where I am now. So I'm just going to talk about the very beginning signs right over here where I think a lot of people as a collective are going through right now. So when I was sick, I had a friend that had me watch the movie The Secret and What the Bleep Do You Know? Even though these movies are pretty superficial in what they're trying to portray, okay, they just kind of brush over the top of these subjects. It was actually a catalyst for me to kind of think, oh, wow, there's more. There's more than just the beliefs that I have. Like, I was raised in a very Christian home. I had very limited belief systems when it came to anything beyond Christianity. And it kind of opened my mind to the world of quantum physics, quantum mechanics, and energy. And so back then I was really sick, and I realized that my thoughts and how I thought about my illness and even just the thought process that I was going to be sick for the rest of my life was actually contributing me to become more sick. So that was probably the first, I would say like the first kind of like catalyst for me to start to wake up. So I started really learning about health and nutrition and the human body, and I got very interested in consciousness. Let's see, what else happened to me? I got fired from my job at Disneyland because I was super sick, and I ended up living with my parents for a while, and during that time, I was very quiet. They will even tell you this. I stayed in my room, and it was just a very profound time of reflection for me, where I am at this point in my journey. I was like, what the heck happened to me? I'm 32 years old. I got fired from my job that I worked at for 10 years. And I am 220 pounds, and I barely can walk to the bathroom. This can't keep going on. So that's the time where I really started getting into nutrition, to be honest with you, is when I was living with them. I had a computer. The one thing that they provided for me was food, shelter while I was waiting for my disability, and a computer with internet. So I did a lot of research at that time. So, you know, I started doing little things, not a lot, but little things to improve my health. And I started meeting new people over the internet, which was great because a lot of them were a part of this process and a part of me not doing the same things over and over again, but being open to different possibilities. And when you open yourself up to other possibilities and you're not in this rigid, how do you say it? Rigid schedule. That's the way to put it. A rigid schedule with life, and you start doing new things, it really does start opening you up. I'm going to fast forward it to about another 5 years after that, I met some people online, and I also had a couple catalysts in my life. One that actually was very prominent in my life, who opened up my heart chakra. And if you don't know about what a heart chakra is, you have a chakra system in your body, and they're energy centers. And my heart chakra opened when I met somebody, and it just emanated unconditional love. And I took it completely the wrong way. Even though I care about this person, I love this person to this day, I thought that he was the one, blah, blah, blah. And this happens a lot to people that go through this experience, because it's so profound and so mystical when this happens, when your heart chakra opens, that we have been so programmed to what relationships are through society and religion and how they're supposed to be, because the way we're taught, depending where we are raised. Like if you are raised in India, it would be totally crazy for you to go out on dates and meet somebody. You are told who you're going to marry and you're with that person. And in this society, you meet somebody and you have feelings for them, and you think that you're supposed to get married, have a house, and do all the appropriate things in a marriage that other people that have taught you to do. So it was a very profound experience, my heart chakra opening up, and it opened me up to other very profound spiritual experiences, including my Kundalini rising. And that's something that I think I'll talk about in another video, because that's pretty in-depth and pretty crazy, and you're all going to think I'm loony when I start talking about that. But I just want people to know, and there's a lot more going on. That's just the beginning. I want people to know the beginning signs are just that feeling of being uncomfortable and that there's something more. If you're sitting in your house every day, or if you're sitting at a job every day, whatever you do on a regular basis, if you come to this place where you're like, is there something more? There's got to be something more than this. There's got to be something more. Is this my life? There is something more. And there is a reason you're feeling this way. And this is the beginning stages of spiritually waking up. And there's a lot of bad information out there. I want to point that out. The New Age community, they have their purpose just like religion does, but they are stuck in belief systems as well, just like religion. So don't get too stuck there. I mean, if you go there to kind of hang out with people that you resonate with your level of consciousness at this time, that's great. But don't get too stuck in these groups, no matter what kind of spiritual group they are, because you want to keep evolving and keep growing as a person. You want to keep going up. You don't want to get stuck. The whole point is to move up. If you're starting to get stuck anywhere, it doesn't matter, with your friends, with your job, with groups on Facebook. If you're staying at a certain level and you're not moving up, it's time to release those things because they're no longer serving you. All right, so I just thought I'd do this little video. I want people to know that they're not alone. If you're going through these beginning signs, there's way more. I gave you about this much that I've been experiencing, but I kind of wanted to do this little beginning stages thing because I really think that a lot of people are going through this. And I noticed it on Facebook a lot. I see people that are watching The Minimalist and things like that, and spiritual documentaries, and they're starting to get it. They're starting to understand that, there's something more than that we've been told, that our culture and our society has told us. And it's exciting. It's very scary, and it's very nerve-wracking at first. There's a lot of fear involved because, us as humans don't want to change. We like things to stay the same, and when things start changing within us and we have to adjust the outside world around us to those changes, it can be quite scary, but it's worth it. It's very much worth it, and I believe in you guys. I believe in humanity, and I believe that we're going to evolve, and I believe that the level of consciousness of people are going up, and we are going to make it. I really do. So I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome Friday, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.